At 4:57 a.m. IST, a 24-year legendary career ended. Roger Federer, in a dream pair-up with Rafael Nadal in his final international match, lost the doubles match to Francis Tiafoe, Jack Sock. It was a pulsating encounter. 6-4, 6-7. They lost 2-7 in the tiebreak, and in the match tiebreak, they lost by 11-9. But the match was just a mere sideshow to what was to follow. Roger Federer, tears uncontrolled, social media totally flooded by emotion. Rafael Nadal also shedding tears. Perhaps this is the most iconic photo that we have in the sporting world. Perhaps it is the most iconic photo in the last 50 years of sport, if I may have to go as far as to say, because Roger Federer, the original gold standard, but Rafael Nadal, his rival, forever tarnishing Federer, forever denying Federer a chance to achieve something more historic. What these two went through in 15 years of competitive tennis is simply staggering. Yet the respect, the emotion that both of them shared when Federer retired, even Nadal shed tears. In which sport and in which era can you see such a thing? We are blessed that indeed this happened. The tears that Roger Federer shed and the emotion that Nadal showed that he was truly going to miss one of his greatest rivals, and because of whom he too was elevated to such a position, is truly, truly moving. This photo, folks, is one of the best photos that we've had in the 50 years of sport that we all have been witness to. Indeed, it was supposed to be a farewell, wasn't it? A farewell made in heaven. Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal together one last time. But after they won the first set 6-4, we all thought it was a mere formality. He would get the ultimate farewell. But unfortunately, the team world duo gate crashed the party, and that is why he ended losing the match. But Roger Federer, after that, the adulation, the emotions that fans gave him, it was a sight to behold. Federer, in the interview, he said, "I'm not stressed, I'm happy." But then when he started speaking and reflecting on his career, he just could not control his tears. Federer, when he lost, when he won, shed tears, which made him mortal and likable. Here, it was no different. When all the formalities ended, Roger Federer was hoisted up, and he was given this kind of feeling when you are hoisted on the shoulders of your greats is simply a remarkable feat, folks. Imagine this Europe team had Nadal, Murray, Federer, Novak Djokovic, the four players who redefined tennis what it is in the modern era today. Djokovic, Nadal and Federer are your triumvirate of greats. But Andy Murray also staked claim to being one of the greatest at that time. Federer made it a point to thank all of them in that journey that he's had ever since 1998. The number 24, remember folks, is a very, very special number when it comes to legends. Sachin Tendulkar retired after 24 years of competitive cricket. Federer retired after 24 years of glorious tennis. When both of them retired, tears flowed all over the globe. And in the case of Federer, when he got that standing ovation for over 5 minutes, and when he acknowledged all of them, the tears were really, we all were moved, didn't we? Admit it, folks, when Federer cried, somewhere even you also cried, because it was truly the end of an era. So Roger Federer ended his 24-year career on a high, and social media just could not keep quiet. Remember, it was primarily because of Federer that we all got to watch tennis, and that is why we were all hooked to tennis. From the start of the first decade, the contest that Federer had with Nadal and Djokovic also was the tip of the iceberg, the icing on the cake. When he talked about his family, the support that he got from Mirka, his twin daughters, his twin sons, his mother, his father, Everybody had played a part in that journey, and that was when Federer just could not continue talking. He was just soaking up the emotion and he just went with the flow. Tributes, as you will be aware, were fast and furious and emotional. The Lever Cup put out a tweet saying an unforgettable night. And imagine two greats, Rod Laver and Roger Federer together. Laver himself created so many benchmarks in the Open era. Roger Federer just raised that yardstick a lot higher. US Open, remember, in that dominant period of Federer from 2004 to 2007-8, he had won 5 consecutive Grand Slams. He had won the Wimbledon 5 times, but he also won the US Open 5 times. He could have achieved an unprecedented 6th had he not lost to Juan Martín del Potro. So the US Open paid Roger Federer a fantastic tribute. The Australian Open, the last dance together. Remember, when was Roger Federer's last Grand Slam? It was the Australian Open. 2018, he won that Australian Open, and since then, he struggled with injuries and dip in form. But at the same time, you have to understand, Federer, even at the age of 38, 37, was giving everybody a run for their money. Wimbledon, that hallowed turf where Federer was truly the king. 8 Grand Slams, most by a men. Wimbledon put out a tweet stating Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer's rivalry. Truly one of the most epic rivalries that we have had in the history of tennis. We all thought McEnroe Connors, McEnroe Borg, maybe Connors Borg, Sampras Agassi, but all that probably takes a backseat thanks to the intensity and the memorable matches that Federer and Nadal gave on a consistent basis. Wimbledon paid a very emotional tribute to him. Virat Kohli's tribute probably summed up most of what tennis fans and all sporting fans felt. Who thought rivals can feel like this towards each other? That's the beauty of sport. This is the most beautiful sporting picture ever for me. When your companions cry for you, you know why you have been able to do with your God-given talent. Nothing but respect for these two. Sums up, isn't it? Rafael Nadal crying for Roger Federer, the respect that he had. It indeed, nowhere would we have seen this. You would have begrudging respect, there would be tributes, they would say things, but genuine emotion was what tennis was lacking for a certain period of time. When Sampras retired rather, there was emotion for Sampras, but the rest of the world kind of gave him an arm's length tribute. But in this case, Federer and Nadal, at that occasion, just shed tears of mortality. And that is why we have to appreciate these two. And their legacy will live beyond this, beyond all the feats on the court because of this. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, and now CEO of something bigger. Just an amazing moment. Thanks, Roger Federer, for all those amazing moments. He did. When the head of Google pays tribute, you do take notice. Federer and Nadal, this sporting moment when they cried, will forever be etched in our minds. Kolkata Knight Riders also put out an official tweet when the tennis world will miss these Fedal moments. Remember, Federer and Nadal made it Fedal. It was a remarkable duo. And so, because of this, after 24 years, at 4:57 a.m. IST, an era ended. We all grew up in this era to appreciate sport, and that is why Roger Federer, his tears left everyone emotional. I'm sure you too would have been. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment, and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, folks. Bye-bye.